Hey, I'm Dr. John Reed and I am on Topaz Mag.
First off, introduce yourself and the title of your book.
My name is Dr. John Reed and the title of my book is It's Not Always Black and White, Caught Between Two Worlds.
Okay, now give us a summary on that title.
Well, the summary, basically what the book deals about is it's a little memoir, kind of like a little bit of my life story, how it is, the challenges of growing up as a biracial in society today. With me, it has a little twist to it because not only am I biracial, also bicultural. So I was raised in Germany. So the challenge that it deals with this, I also then talk about the current and the past state of the biracial aspect of it, bringing a lot of talk about racism and discrimination of what I've encountered and what still is very prevalent today. That's one part of the book, and then the other part basically is the last part of it is I get into the inspirational, motivational part of how to overcome the self-esteem issues or identity crisis or whatever else it may be, to empower yourself to live the life that you choose or you want to live.
When did you move from Germany, or was you always here? How did that work?
No, actually I was born and raised in Germany until I was about just before I was 18, and I moved here at like I said, about 3 months before I was turned 18. That's when I moved here. So my whole upbringing, my entire background is actually German.
So how was it when you first moved here from Germany? Was it like a culture shock to purchase thing happen right away, or was it happen at home? How did that work out?
Well, having lived in Germany, being who I was there, I was. If you don't know what you're getting into, you don't know what to look for. And though I recall some situations, actually now many encounters that I had that were racial nature, I didn't realize that at the time. So when I came to the States, all I really was longing for is to be among people that look like me. Because remember, in Germany, it's a monoracial country, it's basically Caucasian white, with a very few people of color, especially mixed like me. And I was the only mixed, child in black child, which I was considered that way in Germany in my school. There were a few in town, but they were at a different school and in a different neighborhood, which was not as good. So all I was longing for, and which was my goal to come to America, is to be among people that look like me, so I would be more accepted. Because the acceptance level, that's the thing that was the biggest negative part about having been raised in Germany. So I thought I would find more here.
A bad experience as far as segregation back home?
The bad, yes. There are actually two that stand out, and they're both mentioned in the book, so I'm not going to give you both of them, I'm going to give you one of them, because I want you to read the book. One of them, of course, as a child of no, I'm not going to say that. As a child of 6 years old, I remember being on a trip with my mother, and we went to a restaurant to eat, and my mother ordered food for both of us. Long story very short, the waiter came back with only one order and put it in front of my mother. And after she thought it was a confusion or some kind of misunderstanding, the waiter made it clear that I was not being served. I was not going to be served because of my color. That's at 6 years old. Now, at that time, I didn't know what this was all about. I didn't know. I knew something was wrong because I could tell my mother was getting very upset. But that was an inkling of knowing something is not right, and I always thought something's not right about me.
DollarPreview.com brings you the new blood of Hollywood. Now you have a choice. Oscar Michaud style, baby.
I really shouldn't have called police when he beat me. It was really my fault. Now she wants him to get the baby back in his hands after he put her in the frickin' microwave?
During the 23-month-old physical examination, they found so many retinal hemorrhages. They also believe that the child was...
Veteran police officers who were on the scene investigating this case were left speechless. Every part of his body was covered with injuries, some of them in various stages of healing, inflicted, say police, by the boy's mother.
Yes, their thing is to keep the family together.
Why should they get the girl back?
Now, I know every social worker has some secret fantasy about doing this kind of thing. Now, tell me the truth, David.
Probably be the one.
You know he's lying, don't you? What do you know about the vigilante?
Rage, rage! How can you control it?
Guy you met before.
Then maybe I would have to kill him.
With CPS.
Get out of here, man.
To get this vigilante off the street.
This is somebody else.
My father was a serviceman, GI, soldier, who got stationed in Germany. He's originally from Mississippi. His family's from Mississippi. And he got stationed there, met my mother. They got together. And oddly enough, he was deployed back to America. And just before that, my mother told him that she was pregnant. They weren't married at the time, so he went back and didn't believe her, because a lot of times over there, German women would try to hold, the GIs back by maybe saying things they were pregnant or whatever, so he didn't really believe it. However, after I was born, my mother sent a picture to him, and his mother, my grandmother, said, "That's your son." He came back, they married, and that's when we lived together for a few years, but that marriage didn't last too long. So they separated again, this time for good. He went back to the States, and I stayed with my mother.
When the reader is reading your book, what do you want them to walk away with?
The purpose of writing the book is, like I said, to present my story and to encourage others that are going through the same but a similar situation, to encourage them to come out with their own story, to talk about it, to get it out, to let them know that it is okay, that they're not alone to experience what they experienced, which is an admittance to anything that's not right. When people are not feeling well, is the first step to healing. So I want to encourage them by reading the story to let them know that I went from here, from low to high, that I overcame this and how I overcame it and what I did to do this. And despite of the obstacles that I encountered, that the message is that yes, you can overcome this. You can, become the person that you want to become, but it's going to take some work.
Ashtray looking for some of that funk. This is your DJ, Sticky Green, and we got a new one here we're going to twist up for you called Funk or Die, baby. Funk or Die.
Reach for it. You can make it. Mr. Flossy and Alexis on an everyday basis, you know what I'm saying? Dang, son.
Take the way I walk my beat, Jimmy.
I know Nico Jimmy, and that means that you don't know where he is.
Doggy school doesn't do right here, man.
And you don't know who he's dealing with.
My homie got popped in the drive-by. Funk or Die with a real G. See, my city got the drama that just don't stop. Booth walking every day at the crack spot. It's getting hotter than the summertime. High with the vibe. I'd rather funk or die, not share Mr. Trump.
DollarPerView.com brings you the new blood of Hollywood. Now you have a choice. Oscar Michaud style, baby.
Well, the duration of the book is it took me, years to write it, if you want to say it that way. Pieces done here, pieces were done here, and over a short time here, another few months there. But in all earnest, when I really sat down to try to complete this book, it took about a year to really sit down, get everything together, to add to it where I wanted to add. Now, being that this book is my story, and the reason for writing it is to present my story, that is a story that is lived by many people of color, biracial individual, multiracial individuals. I did not intend to make this an epic, a very long book. So I put in the necessities that I thought I had to put in, very succinct. It is a little over 100 pages. That's all it is. Not all it is. That's what it is. But it's packed with very strong and profound and powerful information. That's it. So once I did that, I finished it. Publisher came along, we agreed, and now you can basically get the book when you go on my website. You can go through my website, which is drjohnreed.com, DOCTOR, drjohnreed.com, and you can also go through my author's website that I have with the publisher, which is actually Outskirts Press, which is OUTSKRITS Press, PRESS.com / and then the title of my book, which is It's Not Always Black and White. Go directly to it, and that's how you can get that.